Hey, what's up, volleyball community? Hope you guys are doing well. Hari from Wonder of Volleyball here, and welcome to my corner of the internet. In this channel, you'll be getting to know about all things volleyball. Like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. In the part 1 of the video, I've discussed in detail about why it's crucial not to get into a negative frame of mind when performing a serve during the match, how not backing up the player who is going for the ball will affect your team negatively, and what to do about it, how not communicating with your hitter regularly isn't going to be useful for your team, and how to rectify it, and the importance of never letting the pressure off of an opponent player, and how beginners do it the wrong way. So if you haven't watched the part 1 of the video, click the card on the screen and I'll provide its link in the description box below as well. Before we move into the part 2 of the common mistakes to avoid as a beginner player during the match, here's an interesting fact about volleyball. Farhad Zarif of Iran was awarded the Best Libero Award for 7 times from 2006 to 2013. Incidentally, he joined the Iran national volleyball team in 2006. What an amazing achievement to win the award for 7 consecutive times. With that super interesting fact, let's jump straight into the part 2 of the video. Making your approach too quickly to the ball. You're excited that you're playing the dream sport of yours and you're pumped about it. You'll be exuberant throughout the match, and at some point in time, you'll approach the ball way too quickly than usual. What happens when you do that is you may not be able to effectively pass the ball to another player in your team. If you are playing in your team as a hitter, you won't be able to hit the ball as cleanly as you want most of the time. Also, you may be a little bit nervous, and this forces you to commit an error just because you made the approach to the ball too quickly. To avoid these things from happening to you, first you have to watch the game carefully, and second, you have to quickly make out how fast the ball is coming from the opponent court to your end. If the ball is moving quickly, then you have no other option but to get to the ball faster and make the play. If the ball is coming at a manageable speed and slightly less force, then wait for a fraction of a second before making contact on the ball. This allows you to perform the hit precisely and into the exact spot you want. Being too relaxed when receiving a serve from the opponent. When I say relaxed, what I mean is having your hands on your knees and standing in a relaxed position. It's a big mistake, and let me explain why. If you decide to stand in this position, it becomes that much difficult to move quickly on the court to thwart your opponent's plays. Also, if the serve is harder, then it becomes that much more challenging to receive and make an effective play out of it. It doesn't mean that you should never relax during a volleyball match. Rather, choosing the right moment to relax is the way to go forward. Instead of standing in a relaxed position during serve receive, what you can do is to relax in between points. What it does is that it helps you to rejuvenate your overall energy, helps you to move effectively on the court, aids you to make effective and efficient plays, and finally allows you to receive and return serves to the best of your ability. Diving for the ball too quickly before getting closer to it. This mistake commonly happens among beginner volleyball players. It particularly takes place when they try to dig a ball. Oftentimes, what happens when you dive for the ball too quickly before getting closer to it is that it falls short of your hand, which means a point to your opponent team. So it's important to decide when to dive for the ball after getting closer to it. If the ball is dropping quickly on the side of your court, then you have no other option but to run towards it and dive for the ball to stop it from hitting the floor. Practicing regular digging drills will make you a better digger over time. Not communicating with your teammates. This is the crucial thing you need to have in order to become a successful volleyball player. Most of the times, beginner volleyball players doesn't communicate with their teammates. The major reasons for this is that they don't know the importance of communicating among their teammates during a match, or they don't even know that it's crucial to communicate on the court between one another as a team. It has been proven again and again that communicating is critical to become a successful volleyball team. Also, it will help you to pass on very important information regarding the situation of a match and the strategies of your opponent team to the other members of your team. You won't be able to do a good job if you neglect communicating on the court as a player. You won't be able to communicate super effectively from the get-go as a beginner volleyball player. Watch all the levels of volleyball, observe how other players communicate with their teammates, talk about it with your coach, and improve your overall communication on the court step by step. Setting the ball with the palm of your hands. This mistake is particularly prominent among the beginner volleyball players who are playing as a setter in their team. They generally set the ball with the palm of their hands. It isn't an ideal setting method because sometimes the ball goes straight in the air or bobble around before reaching the hitter in your team. The right method to set the ball is with your fingers. When you set the ball with your fingers, you have more chances of controlling the ball accurately and setting it to the right hitter in your team. One thing you can do to avoid the ball from slipping through your hands when setting is to keep both the fingers of your hands folded and firm enough. Also, keep your elbows slightly apart from each other so that you can avoid the hard impact from the high passed ball, and you'll be able to set further in front. Not giving enough room when jumping. It is a common mistake to happen if you are playing in your team as either a spiker, middle blocker or blocker. By not giving enough room when jumping, you will jump too close to the net, leading to net touches. This is an error and it gives an easy point to your opponent team and arrests the overall momentum from you and transfers it to them. To rectify this, the simple thing you can do is to give enough room when jumping to either hit, block or spike the ball. Another mistake beginner volleyball players make is not jumping high enough and trying to hit the ball from underneath. When you give enough room while jumping, you generate sufficient forward momentum and power into your hits. Also, by giving enough room, you will be able to make adjustment to your jumps if needed and hit the ball precisely. Enough room allows you to spike the ball precisely and send it where you want the ball to go. No matter what level of player you are, you'll make mistakes. It's part and parcel of playing volleyball. The main reason for me putting this video series together is to document the common mistakes committed by beginner volleyball players during the match and some effective methods to avoid them. I really hope that you've learned some critical pointers on avoiding these mistakes and shining in your volleyball journey as a player. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to Wonder of Volleyball if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now and take care.